For me, the biggest thing that has always gotten in the way of doing what I want to do and accomplishing what I want to accomplish is imposter syndrome, or the belief that I am not as capable as I want to be or as I think I am. I will compare myself to others, I will doubt my abilities, and I will spiral until I am sent into a state of just paralysis and I don't do anything and I can't take any action. Today, we will be talking about how to actually feel capable of achieving your goals, and when you're doing the thing that you want to do, how to feel like the person that's doing that and the person that's able to accomplish that. Hello, I'm Nora Kate. I'm a college student studying songwriting who is interested in basically every aspect of the performing arts as well as writing. My channel is all about the struggle of being a young creator, how to feel like your unique voice is actually being heard, and the lifestyle that helps me perform best in my craft. Okay, so today we're talking about imposter syndrome and how it sneaks into your day-to-day and how much it's affecting you and how to really kick that out so you can really just feel like the person you want to feel like so that you can do the actions you want to do. I think when it comes to imposter syndrome, the biggest thing we need to think about is the kind of pedestals that we are putting other people on. For me, the biggest thing that causes imposter syndrome has been comparing myself to others who have been successful in what I'm trying to do. So sometimes this is people who are similar to me and at my point in my journey. Maybe they're young singer-songwriters, they're still in school, they've been playing music for a while, and I look at them and I compare myself to them. But a lot of times I'm comparing myself to professionals who have been perfecting their craft for years. I think a lot of times in what we're doing, we see these people who have become so successful in what we want to do. For me, I would think maybe like Taylor Swift, who's a songwriter and who has become so successful. And we put these people on pedestals to where they're almost godlike and they're like not even human anymore. They're like above human. And that's just not a fair comparison. We put these people up so far and we think, I can never do what they could do, but we forget that they are people themselves too. And they started out as a beginner, just like you. And it's also not a fair comparison to be comparing yourself to these people, because a lot of times you'll be comparing your day 5 or your day 10 to their day 1,000 or 2,000, and you didn't see their day 1, their day 2, their day 3. That you didn't see all the work it took them to get there. You didn't see who they were when they were starting out. I think when it comes to imposter syndrome and feeling like you can't do the thing you want to do, another big thing is that I feel like we don't hype ourselves up enough and we don't give ourselves enough credit. A lot of us, I think, are heavily self-critical, myself included, and this gets in the way of achieving what we intend to achieve. I think so many times when I have been working on something, I have been frustrated. I've been thinking, oh, this isn't good enough. I will point out really small pieces of things and be like, that needs to change. I can't possibly show this to someone, and I'm the only one seeing that. Or if I think about imposter syndrome as a whole and the way I see myself, I'll look at myself and be like, I can't do this. I'm not good enough. I'm not a good enough singer. I'm not a good enough guitar player. I'm only 19 years old. I haven't been doing this for long enough. And it's like this light, the only person seeing myself in this light is me, and it's not really who I am. So don't be your biggest hater. Don't be your biggest critic. You need to hype yourself up. And I think we are also much more capable than we realize, especially when we start stepping out of our comfort zones, and especially when we start hyping ourselves up and we start telling ourselves, you can do this. If other people who are just human like me can do this, you can also do this. There's nothing that is one human from another human. If another human can do this, you can go do that too. There's nothing so powerful and special about them. They're not like alien or anything. And along this note, when I'm feeling imposter syndrome, it's really helpful for me to remind myself of everything I've been able to do in the past, everywhere I've been, everything I've been able to build. And I like to look back at me from 5 years ago and think of that version of myself looking at me now, because a 14-year-old me would be like, I can never do that. I can't believe she accomplished all that. I could never be that person. And yet here I am. So I want to think that me right now could be looking at 24-year-old version of myself and thinking the same thing, and that I can achieve so much because I've already done it. I think also what's really important about goals and goal setting is you need to be able to envision your goals logistically and tell yourself that you are indeed capable of reaching them. So one of my goals for this channel is I want to get to 100,000 subscribers one day. And in my mind, I can envision myself in the lifestyle of having that kind of YouTube channel and of having that kind of subscriber base. I can visualize what my day-to-day would look like. I can visualize what my routine would look like. I can visualize what my work process would look like. It seems like it could be a reality to me. And this is very important because if you don't see it in your mind, you probably won't think that you can do it because it feels like some kind of fantasy. It feels like something you can't do. Same thing with setting goals too large. It can sometimes not help you because if I were to set the goal that I want 100,000 subscribers by tomorrow, can't really see that happening logistically in my mind. I can't really take the actions to make that happen. It would be like insane. So it's hard for me to go towards that goal because I'm like, I can't see this happening. It's balance between setting realistic goals and challenging yourself to be able to get there. Set a goal that you really want to achieve and then envision that and then get there. Okay, another thing I want to talk about when it comes to imposter syndrome and feeling like you can't do things is you have to take your goals step by step and take it day by day. Like they say, Rome wasn't built in a day, and nothing that is worth having is achieved fast or is achieved easily. You have to remember that every day counts, and it is, if you're a social media creator, it's every post you make, it's every time you sit down to film, it's every time you edit, and it's step by step, and you will get better along the way. A lot of times your end feels very daunting because you're like, I feel like I can't do that, I can't see myself there. You are at the beginning, so just take it step by step, and you don't have to be thinking about months and years in the future. All you have to think about is today and tomorrow, and just focus on where you are, and each day get better and better, and you will become what you want to be. Looking too far in the future will make you overwhelmed. I know it's made me overwhelmed in the past, so just focus on tomorrow and focus on getting the small things done. The last thing that has helped me with imposter syndrome when I just can't seem to shake it is intentional education and improvements on the skills that I'm feeling most insecure about. So along with the creation I'm doing and the basic work I'm doing, if we're talking about music, if I'm feeling imposter syndrome there and I'm like, I actually can't write songs and I don't even know why I'm in school for this or whatever, I look at what I'm specifically feeling insecure about, and maybe it's my guitar skills or my piano skills or my knowledge of music theory, and I'm like, okay, first, I probably shouldn't be feeling this way in the first place, but I really want to try to make it better and I don't know how. And this one thing, like anytime I think about not being able to write songs and not being a good songwriter, I always think about my guitar skills first. I think those need to improve. So I would go to that and I would practice that intentionally and specifically, and like, you know how they say action cures anxiety, kind of taking inspired action and intentional action to improve things that you're feeling insecure about, if you can't really find any other way to tackle that imposter syndrome. And it makes me feel like I'm doing something concrete to further the quality of my work, and not just like, sometimes it's helpful to tell myself stuff in my mind and just improve my mood and my self-concept, but sometimes I just need something to latch onto to feel like, okay, I did this, so now I don't have to feel like this anymore, if that makes sense. I hope you like this video. If you have any questions or you just want to chat in the comments, make sure to say something. I just posted a video about the content creation habits that I practice to make my routine less rigid and get into more of a creative flow. So make sure to check that out if you haven't already. Like I said, I have this big goal of reaching 100,000 subscribers and just really building a community and building a channel. So if that's something you want to be a part of and my mission statement in the beginning really resonated with you, make sure to subscribe. I really want this to be a channel based on the audience and based on community. So if you have any video ideas, you have anything you want it to be about, just let me know. Bye bye.